Linda Jenkins, and I'd like to just thank you for being here today and participating in my video session. Today we are going to start looking at businesses and how do you get your business from a dream stage to an actual new business. Now, that type of business could be, anywhere from a hair salon to an online business, also trucking business, whatever kind of business, a regular storefront business, whatever type of business that you're interested in, there is a methodology of how you go from start to actual, seeing your creation from your mind come to view for everyone else. And so that's what we're going to kind of address today. And again, I'm so happy to have you here. If you like this video, or if you know someone that is looking to go into a business, share this video with them so that they know that, there is help out there. And again, this information is totally free, so you can like and share it. And if you're finding me on YouTube, please remember to subscribe to my channel so that you can see new videos as I upload them. Again, today's topic is starting your new business, building partnerships, and relationships. In other words, finding other people that are of a like mind so that you can build your tribe from the very start. Just remember, if you're broke, it's really your own fault. Have you gotten angry? Have you gotten where you just hate the current situation that you're in? If you have gotten to that point, then you're ready to take action. If you haven't gotten to that point yet, you're not going to take any type of action. And the reason is because you're still going to be you're going to put up with it until you say, no, that's it, I'm not going to take this situation. I mean, it could be an abusive partner, it could be someone that is holding you back from an education, whatever your life, whatever you're going through right now, it's up to you to stop it. I have a friend, and their favorite saying is, if it's to be, it's up to me. And that is what your situation is right now. And unless you're ready, to make that move, you're never going to make it. So remember, if you're broke, it's your own fault at this point. When you decide, that's it, you're going to have an idea of what you're going to do. And you also need to know, do you need to make that move right now? If you're in a safe environment, wait until you can save the money to make that change. If you are not in a safe environment, then you need to contact somebody to assist you. But when you get to the point where you are safe and you are ready to make that next thing, any new business starts with what? It starts with a new idea. It starts from here. God gives you that information. Somehow, everybody is touched with ideas for businesses that they want. And, I would hate at the end of my life if I thought about all of the opportunities that I personally have had in my life. If they were to stand in front of me as ghosts of Christmas past, so to speak, what would they say? If you have new ideas, if you have new dreams, what's stopping you to pursue that? The only thing is you. Dreams lead to desire to learn. In this day and age, you have to know that for that dream to take any type of form, you're going to have the desire to learn. That desire to learn leads to action. Now, a lot of times that action is, no, I'm not ready to do it. But then other times it's like, I've seen this. Everybody has had some kind of idea that could have made them a lot of money. And you, as a person, yes, I'm speaking to you, you can also, or you have also had those dreams, those ideas in the past, and you've just chosen not to do anything with it. And that's not right. If you've been given that idea, you should move on that idea. If you are wanting to get your CDL or your cosmetology license or your nursing certificates, whatever those may be, if you're wanting to move that step into that next step, what's stopping you? The only thing that is stopping you is you. If it's to be, it's up to me. Make that your golden rule. And then that way you can remind yourself of what your goal is every day, and you can say, okay, what's my next best step that's going to get me to that point? Now, with saying that, you need to remember action, which is what we're talking about right now, is thinking of the action. Action leads to strategy. Strategy leads to plans. When you have organized your thoughts and you're finding out, okay, if I want this here to happen, I need to make my move. I need to decide, okay, what is it that I need to know? Those strategies that you're looking at leads to actual plans where you've written out, okay, I need to contact the Better Business Bureau. I need to contact my Chamber of Commerce. I need to talk to someone with the state to find out about getting my business license. All of these things. I need to talk to DOT about getting a DOT number and what those steps are. I need to go out online to FMCSA, find out exactly what I need to do to get an MC number. I need to find out what a Bach 3 is. If you're going into the trucking industry, these are things that you're going to need. If you're going into cosmetology, I need to look at the different schools. I need to see if I can go to any of these schools free because I have no money. Same thing with CDL. You can go to school for free if you know where to look. I can help you out with those. There's other people online, though, that can do the same thing. You just have to have that willingness to make those plans, to get that strategy in progress. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You know, those days of people doing things for you happened before you were the age of, what, about 12 or 13? After that, if you want something, you're going to have to start doing it. You're going to have to start making your plans. You're going to have to build a strategy. And that strategy is going to overall give you a plan. That plan leads to the programs that you need to take and the steps that you need to take to get your dream out of the box, out of your mind. You know, nobody's going to do that for you. You have to make those steps. Remember, if it's to be, it's up to me. And if you can remember saying that over and over to yourself, you're going to be one step ahead of everybody else. So those plans that you're making, they are leading to programs. Programs that you set up. Let's just say like you've made a YouTube channel and you're trying to get followers, okay? Or you've set up a Facebook page, or you've created your new web page like She Trucking has done. You know, whatever you're trying to do, where you're trying to do like a membership program, where you're trying to do a new program where you're getting new customers, where you're trying to network with people, okay, all of that stuff, even if you're dealing with brokers or dispatchers, all of that stuff requires consistency. Don't just do it one time and then say, oh, I tried once and it failed. I tried once. No, it doesn't work like that. If the first time you don't succeed, you try again. You know, if you tried plan A, well, guess what? There's 24 more or 25 more characters in the alphabet. And if you're, Chinese or from the Asian, look, they got 36,000 characters. So, if you don't get it the first time, you just keep on trying until you actually succeed in whatever that dream is that you have. But just remember, if it's to be, it's up to me. That means consistency. That means getting out here every day. That means making videos, several of them maybe in one day, and posting them where you've scheduled them out so that they hit for each person, several times a week. If you don't have time to do it in one setting every day, then schedule them out. A lot of people do it, So be consistent. Get your information out there. Find your customers. Then, and also, one of the other programs that you can do, and one of them that I'm starting, is actually creating programs. Find the programs that are available online to help you make courses. If that's what you want to do, if you want to teach other people, create courses that are going to help them. Just don't think that just because you created a course that they're going to come to you, because they won't. You have to be able to market that. And again, marketing is consistency. You don't want to follow followers. You're not chasing followers. You need to be chasing customers, which are going to give you the money that you need to succeed. Okay? You can't just depend on followers. It's a good thing to build your following, don't get me wrong. But it's also important that you have something to sell, because if you don't, you're not going to get very far. If you are in the trucking industry, if you're not willing to talk to those brokers, I have a list of probably 1,800 different brokers that I dealt with over the years. If you're not willing to get on that phone and say, hey, I have my own business now, and I know that I've worked with you guys in the past. Do you have any loads available for me? You're always going to be, if you don't do that and you do it, a lot of times, no, click. Well, okay, well then you keep on going down the list until you find out, who's next on the list, because there's always going to be somebody at some point that's going to need a load. And if you're not consistent with trying to find those brokers or trying to find those dispatchers, then you're going to be left with what's on the load board. Load board doesn't pay you anything. Okay, let me repeat that for the people in the cheap seats. Load boards do not pay you anything. If you want to make money in this industry, you're going to have to deal with brokers. You're going to have to deal with the dispatchers. You're going to have to build that rapport, because you are not going to find the good loads on those load boards ever. And if you are paying for a dispatcher and the only way that he's getting you loads is off of that load board, then you're wasting your money and your time. You have to have that rapport built up. And that's only going to be done over time. They will give you a few runs to test you out. And if you don't pick up on time and deliver on time and keep up with good communication, they will never use you again. The only way that they use you again in any industry is if they feel that you are a reliable person. The only way they're going to know that you're reliable is what? Consistency. Being out there in front of the crowd, pushing your company, pushing your product, whatever that product may be. It might be makeup, it might be jewelry, and a lot of times when you're making videos, there's nobody, it's like crickets, okay? There's nobody listening, but you have to do it for those replays. Because somebody might be busy right now, but if they like your show, they will come back and watch it on a replay. That's how I get most of my views, is by replays. And you have to know that. You have to be members of Facebook groups that will get you into those areas, into the people that may be interested in what you're trying to sell. And even if you're working for another company, this can be your side hustle. You can make all kinds of money just off of a side hustle. You don't have to have the perfect setup. You just don't. But consistency gets you noticed. And when you are noticed, guess what? That gets you new customers. That gets you new clients. That gets you, out there by word of mouth, because other people are talking about you and your services. Whatever those services are. It might be massage therapy. Who knows? It's in your mind. But again, if it's to be, it's up to me. Keep that in mind. It's an easy, simple little rhyme. But it works. It works. Your new customers are going to get you the money. And that's really what it's about. When you are starting out, that money's just going to trickle in just a little bit. Okay? It's kind of, again, like when you were walking. Even when you did learn to walk as a baby, you only got to take, 5, 6 steps, 7, 8 steps before you started running. That time period is the same when your business is starting out. When your business is starting out, you're taking baby steps. But as you go through the motions, as you speak on camera, as you learn how to develop presentations, if you're interested in the online aspect, then you're going to get better every day. If you are working with your brokers, you're going to learn what their keywords are, what they're looking for. You're going to learn the ones that are specifically hauling the types of loads that you want. If you're working in the hair industry, you're going to learn from you have that short time period, I think like a year, where you have to work underneath another cosmetologist. Same thing with doctors and chefs and everything else. You have to take that time, the internship, to learn your trade. Learn those keywords. Take notes. Be online, even if you're in school. Even if you're in school, you be online if you think there is a possibility that even 15 years from now, you may start your own business. If you start your own business now, then in 5 years, when you're actually capable of making it financially, where you can maybe leave that job, you've already laid a nice foundation. Okay? You may find out that you don't even have to stay there 5 years. It might only be a year for you to be able to specialize in whatever your niche is. A lot of people say, I don't, in the hair industry, let's take that one for example. I don't know what kind of niche I want. I'm going to offer, 30 different services. I know if you're a lady and you've gone into any beauty shop, you've seen the sign where they might be offering 30, 40 different services. That's a generalist. Okay? A generalist is somebody that doesn't really want to learn one specific area. And that's bad. You see my hair? My hair is naturally curly. Honey, that's natural. That is not a perm. Do you know most beauticians, they don't know how to cut naturally curly hair. They know how to cut permed hair. But permed hair and naturally curly hair, two totally separate things. And a lot of other people have short hair. Some people have long hair, but some people have short hair. And they like that Halle Berry look. You should be specializing in that arena. If you're going to be hauling loads and you know that you're going to be running refrigerated loads, well, when you're talking to your broker, tell them how new your equipment is. Make your equipment, it might be the same as Joe Blow's out there, but you make yours sparkle. You let them know how many runs you've ran, how many miles you've ran, how many times have you been on time, how many times have you won awards. Make yourself sparkle even if you worked for another company, because they only know what you're telling them. The next thing is your why not me attitude. Other people do this every day. Do not get it stuck in your head that, why is me, woe is me. Why about instead of woe is me, why not me? If other people can do this, this is not rocket science, guys. Get your why not me attitude. You are as good as anybody else that's out there, but it's up to you. The only difference between these multimillionaires that's out there and you and me and anybody else, the only difference between us and Bill Gates, the only difference between us and any other multimillionaire is that they had the why not me attitude. Look at Oprah. Oprah came from regular people. She didn't start out with $1 million inheritance. She worked her way up. And now look, everybody knows Oprah. She had that why not me attitude. That's the same attitude that you need. Why not me? Corporate America has convinced the everyday worker that you always have to prove yourself. That's the reason why when people get out here and they're making videos and stuff like that and making courses, that a lot of the times they're doing work that is worth $500 and then they turn around and want to sell it for $19.99. I'm sorry, whenever I worked in corporate America before I opened my own business, I made a heck of a lot more than that. If you're not charging at least what you should be getting for the type of work you did on doing those slides or doing a presentation, if you're not charging that at minimal, then you're wasting your time. You're trying to dig your way up from the bottom instead of looking down and saying, hey, look, I'm worth what I'm saying. And if you are like me and you're like-minded, then you're willing to pay that price. Now, I'm not selling anything today, guys. I'm just telling you how to price your product. Price your product at the value that you are worth. And the way that you determine your worth is, okay, if I wanted to sell something at, say, $50, well, normally you want to take an at least minimal double plus half that. You know, because if you sell it too cheap, people are going to say, no, it ain't worth it. Look at what she's doing, you know. She's not that good. And that's not good. That's not good for your business. Know your worth. If you are a beautician and you're sitting there and you're braiding that hair and you're charging $100 and there's other people that's charging $300 and the only difference is that maybe they have a little bit more experience. Or, you know, when you look at them side by side, they look exactly the same. Well, why aren't you charging what they're charging? Because you think somebody's not going to pay for it? Well, then maybe you need better clientele. The only way you're going to get better clientele is raise those prices. You know? That's just how our economy works. People here in the United States expect to pay more for whatever their service is. And if they pay cheap, they're thinking cheap, dollar store prices. Is that really the type of customer that you want? Or would you rather have somebody that goes to, you know, Paul Mitchell? You know, one of these very nice salons and spas. You have to be the one that determines what kind of clientele that you want. In doing that, you need to build your partnerships. Build your relations. Let them know, hey, I know what I'm doing and I want to partner with you. And I want to see how your business and my business can coexist together and make each other grow. You know, like I had partnered with She Trucking. And I did that on purpose to help people know how to start growing their business, know the first steps of becoming a driver. You know, you don't have to dress like, you know, ugliness. You know, you don't have to be a slouch to drive a truck. You can be a preppy little girl. It's up to you. You know, are you willing to get up that little bit time extra to put your makeup on? You know, I never let my being on a truck change how I felt about me. I was in the Department of Energy and I worked in a very, very nice office there. Okay, I took my same mentality of how I like to dress, put on all my little bitty necklaces and earrings and jewelry and all of that stuff. And I still do it today on my truck. But it's just because that's how I feel about it, you know. And so you have to do the same thing. people look at you and they judge you within 2 seconds. Within 2 seconds, you have to make that impression. What kind of impression are you making? For you to make the right kind of impression, you're going to have to build those partnerships and relationships. That impression that you're making with them takes 2 to 3 seconds. And if you haven't made it by then, they've judged you before they know you. And that's exactly what happens. And it's only up to you. It doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. It doesn't matter what language you speak. If you don't make a good impression, people aren't going to stay. So when you're ready to make that nice impression, when you've built those relationships verbally, say that all you've done is talk to them over the phone. You need to be able to take action, and not just action, but bold action. Bold action. Even if it means you're going to have to move from one location to another location. Say like you're over in Dallas and you get the opportunity to have a business that you want, an enterprise that you want. You're going to have to be able, but it's located in California, you're going to have to be able to pick up and go where the money is. Because otherwise you're going to be stuck in a hole. And is that really what you want? I'm not saying that Dallas is a hole, okay, guys? So don't misquote me there. I'm just giving examples, okay? But you got to be willing to take that bold action. And only you can do that. Not everyone is going to like the new you, the new action taker, the one that has determined that, hey, I'm going to be bold in my movements. Not everyone is going to make that journey with you. Be prepared. You're going to lose a lot of friends. But that happens. But when one leaves, guess what? You get another one. It's only up to you. Are you going to lick your wounds, or are you going to say, if it's to be, it's up to me, and I'm sorry, you're just lost luggage at this point. I will be glad to talk to you over the phone every now and then, but this is what I feel is best for me. And not everyone in your life is going to like the new you. So be prepared, because misery loves company. And where you've been right now, where you are right now, if you want something different, you got to make something different. And the only way you're going to make something different is to move out of the situation that you're in and into the new situation. And when you move into that new situation, you're going to have girlfriends say, oh, girl, look at you. You just think that you just smell all that and a, piece of peanut butter. I don't know. Piece of chocolate. But too bad. Too bad. If they can't see that you're trying to improve yourself, then too bad for them. It's not them. You cannot allow them to drag you back down. You have to be able to make that new action, make it bold, and just realize that not everyone is going to come with you. When I made different moves in my life, I lost people. I lost family. I lost friends that I had had for years and years. But guess what? I've made new friends. I've moved to new locations. And I have, a nice ability to be able to even be with you today. I make new friends every day. It's not a big deal. Just know that not everyone's going to like your new you. And be careful. Be very careful, especially if you're doing an online type of business. Not to confuse the followers with the clients. And the clients as friends. A client is a client. And you need to keep that in your mind. Because a client will be with you until they find something else. Same thing with customers. They will be your customer until they say, okay, I found something over here. And they don't want to, make you mad. So they just kind of tiptoe off and hope that you don't notice. A lot of times I know that used to happen in the hair industry. And the reason why I know the hair industry is because I kind of grew up in a beauty shop. My aunt and uncle raised me. My aunt actually went to school just to figure out what to do with my curly hair. Okay, so, I know I keep going to that, but that's the reason why. So be careful not to confuse your followers with your clients. Followers are wonderful. They're nice to have. But if you're not selling a product to them, then you're wasting your time unless you're doing it to help others. And that's your sole purpose. Okay? So just keep that in mind as well. You are worthy of having your dream come true. You are. You are worthy. Let me repeat it. You are worthy of having your dream come true. But you have to be the one that takes the bold action. You're going to have to be the one that makes those network connections. You're going to have to be the one that makes those partnerships. You're going to have to be the one that calls those brokers. You're going to have to be the one that represents your company, because that company is you. Okay? You're going to have to be the one that goes up there and hands out flyers. If that's what you're going to do, if you're going to hand out flyers, you're going to have to be the one that's going to go down to FedEx and get them made. If you're going to sell manuals, you're going to have those manuals made up. You're going to have to talk to people about it. Just be aware of it. Nobody's going to push your business like you are. You have the means before you to get what you need, whether it's financial or whether it's education. Google, YouTube, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, all of these things are places that you can go to get educated on your particular business. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to go, out there and spend thousands of dollars and get over flooded with student debt. Not if you can go to YouTube and find a free video on it. Not if you can go to Google and find out more information just on a simple Google search. Not if you can go to a Facebook group and network with people and find out more about the industry so that you can learn about it. I'm not saying don't go to school, but I am saying until you're ready to make that step into school, if you decide you want to do that, there are other places that you can go. You can learn about your industry. You can. So anyway, with that being said, thank you for following me, liking, sharing this information. If you find me on YouTube, again, my name is Linda Jenkins. You can find me on YouTube under DOT FMCSA Compliance Specialist. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you get updates whenever I put out a new video. Thank you again. Peace be with you guys. Remember, you are the only one that can show people how great you are. And I know you're great. Just have that, if it's to be, it's up to me kind of attitude. And you can make it. You can. You really can. All right. Love you guys. Y'all take care and be safe out there, okay? Thanks.